Hello everyone, we're back in Mud Lady Pottery, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how we brought this studio together. It's not quite finished, but it's as close as it's been in a really long time. And right now what I'm showing you are the plans that I gave my husband when he was finishing out this building. I'm going to walk around a little bit and tell you a little bit about where everything is, and then I'll come back to this plan. So first of all, we have this section here, which is a lot of 2D supplies. It comes from my teaching career, and then also artwork all over the place, because in 11 years I've bought quite a bit of artwork from my students, and then also people have given me pottery. And this area over here is where all my work will go as I start finishing it. And there's some more artwork. I have artwork from my students and all of my art history, my flat files. I had a plug here because I knew that I would have some sort of place for water and making coffee and things like that. And then this table is 10 feet long, 48 inches deep. Maybe not. It's 40 inches deep. And this is the station where all of the glazing, but then also all of my slab work will go. And that's because my slab roller is over here. And what you'll see over here are plugs. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. The plugs are not down by the baseboard like they normally would be, but they're up high because I knew that the table was going to go here. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, was planning how you're going to use the studio, thinking about how that's going to work, and then making plans for it. I actually don't have any plugs on that wall, which I think might be a little unfortunate because I have the pug mill there, but I didn't really plan on using the pug mill in the studio. The studio is a little bit small for that. Over here I do have plugs so that I can use the pug mill like right by the door, and I asked for a set of 4. And then we have this sink that we found online. I only paid $400 for it, and apparently that motor's worth more than that. But that motor is going to be hooked up, and my husband has put in electric for that. You can see that by the wheels. I have another 4 plug so that I have enough power to run both of my wheels. And then the pegboard. That was kind of an afterthought. Notice I have another plug up high. I knew that the wheels would be around here somewhere, and I knew also that I would need a plug over here. And then we're back in the beginning. The plans for my studio began with this one that I got online, and that was all that I could find for planning a pottery studio. So I thought I would just go ahead and talk to you a little bit about what we did. We have 8 lights. There are 4 up on top, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 on the sides. And these are actually LED lights. That's why the lighting is so good in here. And so this was all planned out. Not everything is the way I thought it would be, but it's pretty darn close. So you can see that I made plans for the switch to be here when I first walk in the door, and that there'd be a plug here, only a 2 plug. And then I thought I would have sort of like a kitchen table here, but as it turns out, I put my flat files there, and I think that was a better choice. The things take up more room than you think they do. And I actually measured. And then the table, and I said I wanted a 4 plug here and a 4 plug here. And because I thought that I would have shelves here, and I didn't really think about my pug mill at the time, I didn't think I needed a plug there. This is an elevation that I thought that I would have, but as it turns out, we did not have that much room because the pug mill was so tall. So let me just show you. He put in instead 2-foot deep shelves. We had them just overlap like this so that I had a little bit of room. This place over here where the map is, that's where I'm going to take pictures. And then you can see that the pug mill is pretty tall. It's on a stand that rolls, so I can roll it out. But you can see we had to have that pretty high. So we didn't have enough room for all the shelves that I thought I was going to have. And so the plan is to have a ramp here, and that's so that I can roll out carts with wear on it, because I don't have a kiln in this building. We're going to be putting the kiln in this building. You can see the louvers. Let me just on the side. That's right where the kiln will be, and that's where the exhaust fan is. There'll be an air conditioner, and then a lot of shelving, and then all of my packing and shipping materials will be in that building. I planned on having the ramp so that I could take my stuff to the kiln building, which I thought was going to be in the back, but we decided to use that building instead. We have the extruder in the same place. We didn't change that, and I measured for the sink, so it was pretty accurate. And then I had 4 plugs here for the wheel. I actually only thought I'd have 1 wheel there, and I may still. I'm not sure I need 2 wheels, but I haven't had much like selling the extra wheel. My wedging table, and then shelves. And we've actually pretty much kept to that. The only part that we haven't done is these shelves here. I kind of like the setup that I have. One of the main things we wanted to do was use what we had. And so I had all these shelves from all my studios. I've had these shelves since I was living in Houston, and had my first studio in the garage. And then I had these upstairs in a bedroom in our other house. And then I had them in my studio that was a public studio. And then they are here. This is all of the traveling supplies. So I've got my little Shimpo Aspires down there that I carry with me. And actually I haven't cleaned up very well from the last workshop that I did. But this table works really well for me. I like to have flat surfaces to keep all of my things in view. I'm the kind of person who likes to see things. So you can see also that I made plans for where the lighting would go, and pretty much stuck to that. I think that this light over here has had to move underneath the little like attic space, I guess is what you would call that. And so that's one of the things that you have to think about before you start to finish out your building, is you have to know where everything is going to go, because you have to know where to put the electric. So until next time, let's plan our studios together.